Good morning. I'm out here watering my garden, and just like I do every morning, my brain runs rampant with thoughts. This morning I decided to look around and play online with the idea of herbivores, carnivores, omnivores, frugivores, and where do humans lie on that spectrum. And there was a really cool chart already designed and put up on Google somewhere that had all this compared, and it went down the line from our teeth to our intestines and fingernails and acid level, just so much information. It was wonderful. So spend some time looking at it, and I said, okay, so where do we fit in all this? And starting with the teeth, our teeth are flat. They're not sharp and ready to attack any flesh creature at any time like the carnivores. And further down the line, they talked about how the intestines for carnivores are only like 3 to 4 times the length of their bodies, whereas the intestines for herbivores, frugivores, and also humans are like 10 to 12 times the length of our bodies. Then I also saw for the carnivores, they had high levels of acid in their stomach, hydrochloric acid, I'm assumed, to break down the heavy, dense flesh material. So the meat isn't in the system of carnivores for very long. It's processed very quickly in 2 to 4 hours, whereas in human beings, through all their intestines, it takes 10 to 12 hours for them to process. So I don't think, that's one sign right there. The rotting flesh, it's meant to go in and out, and not hang around and leave arteries clogged and so on. So then we move down the line, and it mentions, the claw or the fingernails for humans and herbivores, frugivores. But then you go into omnivores and carnivores, and they've got claws to attack their prey. And I'm assuming, foragers don't need to attack anything. They need their hands free and clear so they can get their food. Then I had seen a while back, there was an article talking about how important it was for the Neanderthals to eat and consume meat, as it increased their brain size dramatically. And I don't doubt that at all. Meat is huge calories, and in a time where agriculture wasn't established, where, the amount of fruits and vegetables that were on the planet at the time or available, to the little nomadic groups, wasn't a huge variety. There wasn't a grocery store to go and pick an assortment of their rainbow fruits. It just wasn't a thing. And so, I think for that time period, eating meat helped them and was crucial, especially in their brain development. But here's another thing. As far as fire is concerned, we're the only species that cooks meat. All carnivores, all animals that stalk and kill their prey, they eat their food raw. And that's why they have high levels of acid in their stomach, because that meat is just so dense and I just don't even like visualizing it. The acid is meant to break that down. Humans simply don't have that. And, on top of that, we cook it. We cook it. Why? We marinate it, we flavor it up, we cook it so that it tastes good, so that we can get it down. And I think that's kind of odd, And the biggest kicker for me is, if we are supposed to eat meat, then how come people who are sick and ill, when they stop eating meat, they stop eating animal products, they heal, they get better?